Warning, this is not intended for one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous.
Call it my battleground. I'm on that center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing no harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on our grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind, cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters. Do many years in the game, so you know I paid my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them.
Haters make me famous.
What the haters know about that Moshe music? Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks, haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I have no dinner table, but my studio is the kitchen. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I got a degree on my wall, so it says I know what I'm doing. Haters.
Haters.
I dust off them haters, and then I take a pause. It's a shame that this game got us all so involved. They flapping their jaws, and they grinding their teeth. Everybody fighting for the microphone on my beats. See my and my word is all I have. Call me Tony Montana on this label that I have. Having anger towards everyone, reaching success. Haters coming, and I'll be their number one prospect. I work real hard. Respect 24 hours on the beats and the internet. We fighting like some dogs, showing flaws with no regrets. While we fighting for the same bone on this kind.
Holy shit. Delay. It's like every time I try and actually hit the live button or cameras on me button, somebody else calls it. Somebody else. Well, I signed up for the March Madness package. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, you did. So, for the record, when you sign up for the March Madness package, the March Madness tournament package with the 20 minimum plays with the guarantee starts next week. But your bonus packages start immediately. And no, you do not get my personal plays for the entire month of March. For that $250, you get 3 days of them. Damn, Edward dropping the hammer this morning. Edward dropping the hammer. What's going on, trolls? What's going on, everybody? If you're part of the Cap Nation, if you're part of the Cap Nation members only club, feel free to drop IG, the jackass or the troll emoji, and just let them have it. Welcome, IG. Thank you for joining us. Never mind. I'll keep my mouth shut. Your mama once said, IG, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Ask me how I know what she said, all right? Chapetti says 4-0 today on Kyle's per. Yes, we are. We're doing it. We're doing it. Yesterday was a slip up. I only went 2-1. We did not go 3-0 yesterday. Providence rode the suck bus for us. And unfortunately, the little back-to-back 3-0 sweeps had an off day yesterday, and we ended up with a 2-1 winning day. You know, I get it. It sucks. But we'll be back to sweeping today. DJ Wavy, what's going on? Everybody, what is going on? Edward said you let it slide just for calling the music trash. Hey, they call the music trash. You know, I'm sure we don't like his kind of music either. But hey, the Hater song was absolutely perfect for the occasion.
Loser.
Ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. We actually have a very, 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 very busy day today. Shane says these trolls must be crazy not tailing the goat. How about Miami, baby? Miami. How about them yesterday? +9, +330 on the money line. Who had the nutsack to bet those +330 kids? Not including myself. Let's see where all the money line backers were. Let's see. I posted my tickets on Twitter. Had a nice little 500 on the game. Actually, to win 500 on the game at plus the points, as well as 500 on the money line. And then, how about Duke? How about old Duke? Good old Duke getting the job done. Oh, yeah. I don't know, where's all the haters at saying that Miami was going to not cover the spread? Fade me. Let me know how it works out for you. That is what we said yesterday. Duke money line. Fade me. Let me know how it works out for you. Hell, take the points on the other side. Let me know how it works out for you in the long run. Some just never listen. Now, I may have an off day. It happens. It happens. But for the most part, if you're fading, you're probably not a successful sports bettor, if you have to ask me. Probably, in my opinion. Had a nice $5,008 because I screwed up and added $8, which, hey, it worked out. Made an extra $8. Can't complain there because of Duke. You know, some people talk about it, that they bet, but they don't ever show tickets. Well, folks, my tickets are on Twitter, and here you go. So for all the other services out there, for the people that use services, ask them to see their tickets. Can they produce tickets worth of $5K? The reason why there's 3 is because BetOnline had it limited at $2,000. However, with BetOnline's rebet policy, you can bet it every 60 seconds or as soon as that line changes. And if you look at that, as soon as I bet it, it went from 155 to 156 and 156 to 158. So I just put in 3 simultaneous bets to win 2,000, to win 2,000, and then I thought it was to win 1,000, but for some reason, God wanted me to make a little extra money and buy me some in and out today. So it somehow ended up 1,008. So if somebody can tell me what other company is able and willing to do this on a consistent basis, I'd love to know. I would love to know. Not out there. No bathroom bettors here. No baby holding $50 ass scratchers in this place. Chapenny, the missed free throws by Penn State's like, you go like 22 of 27. The entire tournament, or the entire game, excuse me. And the 2 that you got to miss, 2 of the 5 that you got to miss happen to be in the last 30 seconds. Like, come on. Come on. But hey, I'd rather have a push on the full game. I hammered the second half at laying 7 on Penn State. That one was a nice cover. Real chance of the future bet voided should be Duke. They're not going to void them. They won't void the futures. If you bet a future on Duke to win because they didn't make it, they're not going to. Books will more than likely not just cancel them. If that was the case, I'd get about $507 back. Do I have any cheese on Syracuse today? No. I gotta tell you the Duke thing. I was reading about that while I was waiting for this damn Vibe board to reboot. I was waiting for the software to reboot. And then it seemed like everybody, because when you sign up for March Madness package, you get to select either 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays or 3 days of the soccer package to go along with your March Madness package. Well, apparently some people were upset that they got 3 days of my personal plays and they went 8-1, and when I told them that it was expired and that it was time for them to renew for my personal plays, but they would get the March Madness package when it actually starts next week, when the tournament starts, some didn't like that, and I had to explain to a few. Some were like, okay, no problem, but extended wait time. So, hey, you went 8-1. Not too shabby. But the Duke thing, because I did have a chance to read a little about that. So a walk-on gets COVID. I see this going a couple ways. So when it comes to, so what happened for everybody that doesn't know, a walk-on at Duke tested positive for COVID. So Coach K ends up pulling the team. Just smashed Boston College and Louisville. They were supposed to play Florida State today. And here's my opinion. I think Duke was a win or two away from being able to get an at-large bid into the tournament, not having to win the conference tournament. I do believe that, obviously, if they win, they're in. We already know that. But if they would have beat Florida State today, and maybe one more win, Florida State might have been enough. Beating Florida State might have been enough to get them in my opinion. Had it not, they probably needed a win in the next game against either Virginia Tech or North Carolina. And I think Duke would be able to hang with either Virginia Tech or North Carolina. However, Florida State, probably not. Probably not. Was this a strategic move by Coach K? Because they're on, like, the bubble from, like, one of the first teams out, in my opinion. Did Coach K decide to say, let me see how much pull I have with getting in? Did he pull a fast one on us? A walk-on. A fucking walk-on, excuse my language, gets COVID. A walk-on gets COVID. And you pull the plug on technically your only hopes of making the tournament. A walk-on. J-Rock says, I'm betting Duke gets in. I agree. Duke makes the tournament. Watch. Somehow Duke makes the tournament and some type of controversy. And here's why. If they play today and they lose, they're out of the conference tournament and they're definitely not getting an at-large bid. 100%. If they beat Florida State today, I do believe they would probably have enough to get in. Or they'd be one game away from having enough to get an at-large bid against either North Carolina or Virginia Tech, who would be their next round in the tournament, if they got through Florida State. The chances of them getting through Florida State today was slim. I think the chances of them getting in and beating Florida State today was by slim margin. Now, I didn't have a bet on Duke, but I was definitely riding with Duke, and I was probably going to lean towards them and put a small bet in on them. So now they're out of the conference tournament. They don't have to face Florida State. They haven't been ruled out of the actual big dance yet. Bubble teams are losing every day and having bad showings. So here's the question. Does Duke get in? Now, here's what Duke gets to plead. We were rolling. We just beat Boston College. We beat Louisville. We've been dominating teams. Except the last game of the regular season, we've been beating everybody and beating them in convincing fashion, impressive fashion. Normally what we're expecting out of Duke. They get to get out there and plead their case why they should be in the tournament. They took the right step. One of their kids got COVID, so contract tracing this, contract tracing that. Fuck this. Excuse my language. Why they should be in. Sob story on why they should be in. And now they get to say, hey, we never lost to Florida State, so you never really got to see what we would have done. We've been absolutely rolling. So it wouldn't be fair to exclude us because we got COVID. No, we didn't get COVID. A walk-on, one walk-on tested positive for COVID, and it's probably a false positive. Watch. That kid will probably be perfectly fine, and tomorrow or in 2 days from now, it'll be deemed that it was a false positive. Oh my Lord. 50-50 chance, and it's probably worse than that they actually would have won today. It's probably a worse of a chance than that they were actually going to win outright today. Am I heated? No. I think this is a strategic move on the part of Coach K to get his team into the tournament. They were laying 4, Florida State. Duke was getting 4. It was only a 4-point dog. Real Champ says that's going to happen like a Patriots move. It sounds exactly like it. They were a 4-point dog today. Andre, you need 5 players to play in the actual March Madness tournament. In the NCAA tournament, not the conference tournament. But here's the fact. If Duke would have lost today to Florida State, they're not in. Now, we don't know. It's up to the committee to put him in. It's up for them to be selected for an at-large bid to be put in. They don't have to win. They don't have to play Florida State where they are a 4-point dog. And, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be really honest. They were going to have a tough game. Now, granted, Florida State hasn't been rolling. Florida State has not been rolling. What did they? They lost 2 of their last 3 games. They lost to Notre Dame 83-73. They did beat up Boston College, but so did Duke. Duke's win was more impressive. And they lost by 8 to North Carolina, who Duke would have had to more than likely play if North Carolina outlasts Virginia Tech. Henry Warden says, kind of a smart move. I agree. I honestly believe this is a strategic move to give themselves an... Either way, let's be honest, it's 50-50 that they get in. If they would have beat Florida State today. I'd have to say it was probably 55-45, knowing that they were a 4-point dog. Knowing that they were a 4-point dog, keep in mind, the game earlier in the season was postponed. They did not play Florida State. It was postponed. Remember, they were supposed to play the 2nd of January. J-Rock says Duke has the name recognition. Yeah, and they've got that coach. And he says, and it means it's humans picking teams. No doubt about it. Edward says it's like the NFL playoffs. You want the teams that are hot now, not necessarily the teams that were hot earlier in the season. Let's be honest, Duke sells advertising. Rory, good morning. Duke sells advertising. The Boston colleges, the UTSAs, they don't. Honestly, strategic move, in my opinion. I believe that there's some type of plan behind it. Somebody, look at how football goes or baseball with advanced analytics. There's somebody that took analytics on the percentage that they actually have a chance to win or lose, and it probably wasn't in Duke's favor. Zach says when Duke plays, people watch 100%. I do. I can honestly say I'm not a Duke fan, but when they play, I watch. They usually have some of the most talented kids on the court, even in an off year like this. So somebody probably went to Coach K and said, hey, analytic-wise, the probability of you making the tournament, if you don't have to play Florida State and lose, is going to be greater than even if they beat Florida State today, they're still not guaranteed in. They still got to at least win the next round against either Virginia Tech or North Carolina, which again, would have been 2 tough opponents for them. Now, maybe they get in if they would have beat Florida State. It would have been an impressive win, and they would have been able to get an at-large bid over winning another top 15 team. But again, that's still not a guarantee. They go out and beat Florida State and then lose to Virginia Tech or lose to North Carolina. Jeff, there's always a chance they get in. There's always a chance. It's Duke. Watch. Lewis says, Coach K's statement, I wish the rest of the teams luck. Yes, that's what he's saying now. He also said earlier in the season he doesn't know why they were playing. Jeff, there was a lot of people that had him in the first 4 out after their win yesterday, believe it or not. There's a lot of people that had him in their first 4 out, a game or 2 away from being in. But let's be honest, if they lose to Florida State, they're not making it anyways. You cancel your fucking season because one walk-on tests positive? No, you don't. Look at all the other teams. Marlo, there's no rule that says if you don't play in your conference tournament, you can't make the big dance. Unless it seems like something else is going on that we don't know. Absolutely. Absolutely. But hey, opinions are like assholes. Everybody, including me, has got one. So, Jesus says, I think they get in. I think he'll plead their case. Give them a couple more days. They'll let the fire rest. The kid will end up with a false positive. Yada, 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 yada. And the sob story will come in. Yeah, there'll be a members video today. There will be a members video today. I agree. Shady as shit. Shane says, I personally don't think that they get in. I don't think they deserve it. I don't think they get in. I think there's a possibility, though. I think there's a possibility. I think there's the possibility that they still get in. And I think in a day or two, we'll see them plead their case. J-Rock, I agree. I agree. I believe it has a lot to do with a lot of the other bubble teams as well. But I don't think that they... My personal opinion, I don't think they get in, but I think it was a strategic move. Joe, what's going on? Shane says if Duke gets in and Drake doesn't, that's just not right. I could plead a case why Duke would be a better team in than Drake. Les, I agree. Either way, Florida State would have knocked him out. Juan says Coach K hates the new Eminem because he's so shady. Right? J-Rock says the NCAA is about making money. If they can find a way to get Duke in, they will. I agree. It's all about the money. It's all about the money, especially with the NCAA. We've seen that time and time again. Mike says Duke would beat the brakes off of Drake, I believe. I agree. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? Teach you that in day one of boot camp in the Navy. They teach you that in boot camp. Shane, I agree. Florida State lost 2 of their last 3. I think they would have had a live chance. Rich says Belichick would have pulled the same shit. It's all about manipulating the rules to benefit yourself. I guarantee you some advanced analytics probability is probably greater than them actually beating Florida State today and then either Virginia Tech or North Carolina in the next round. The likelihood of them winning at least 2 more, I think, was slim to none. Lars says business has many faces. I agree. I agree. Les, that's why I hate politics. I believe it has a lot to do with politics, and I think we'll see that in the next coming days. Duke may, Coach K may come out and say, hey, we wish you the best of luck. All the teams moving forward. And keep in mind, when you read all these reports on Duke being out, they don't say they're out of the NCAA tournament. They only just say they're out of the ACC tournament. Jesus, I love it. Duke does not deserve it. No, not at all. I think Duke needed to win the conference tournament or at least advance to the finals in convincing fashion and then not get blown out in the final game. My opinion. Watch, it'll be a false positive. Watch. And it'll be Duke's way to plead into the tournament. Hold on, I'm reading something. The player that tested positive is a walk-on who did not play in the win over Louisville. Hey, Jesus, I agree. Tomorrow will probably come out and say it was a false positive and they'll plead to be in the tournament. I agree. They don't deserve to be in. Not one bit, but watch them plead their case here in a day or two. My opinion, watch. I think there's more to it than a false positive by a walk-on who didn't even play. Toledo up 35-32, 2 minutes left. Michigan State up 9-4. Oklahoma State up 7-5. All right, so gonna jump into it. Gonna jump into the good old game day breakdowns. And see what we're able to do. All righty. Who's ready for some soccer and some flops? They need to have a prop every day on the amount of major flops, faked injuries in soccer. You gotta love it. I absolutely love it. Somebody accidentally kicks somebody's toe. and doing a somersault and a dive and grabbing the hammy and grabbing the eyeball. You guys want to see some amazing flops, you guys got to start watching some soccer. Speaking of soccer, we'll have it here shortly. Jack, for the soccer plays, are they texted to you? No, they're posted on the website. Joe Free, you want in on the soccer package? Everybody, it's available right on our website under the premium tab. J-Rock says only in soccer the guy rolls around after flopping and then 2 seconds later he's sprinting like, hey, it's nothing. Zach F., I'll have to go back and try and see if I can find that about Robin Williams' take on soccer. Yeah, Jesus, LeBron would be an amazing soccer player or soccer flopper. Yeah, Jordan, the exaggeration in slow-mo is good. Is good. That's for sure. Alrighty, so we're going to jump into some breakdowns. Game stopped down to 258 after yesterday's massive high yesterday of 331. I'll stay out of that drama. Where's Rich's comment that I missed? They found somebody with COVID and added him to a team, right? He's a walk. Hey, everybody meet George. He's the walk-on. Everybody meet Georgie. He's our new walk-on. Mid-season walk-on. GameStop dropped 40% yesterday in 25 minutes. Hot diggity dog. Welcome to GameStop stock. Yeah, the LeBron flopper. The soccer flopper of the year right there. All right, let me log into everything. We'll get everything rocking and rolling, and we're going to start having some fun. Good day yesterday on the live show. Good day yesterday on the live show. Let's clean up this Vibe Interactive board. Let's clean up this board. Let's get shit rolling. Man, look at that. Somebody who knew what the hell he was talking about. Put up those plays. Duke money line. Woo! Who would have the nutsack to bet that? Miami plus the 9. Woo! Who would have the nutsack to bet that? Oh, wait, we did. That's right. That's right. Yeah, baby. All right, so let's get this shit on the road. Let's get this party started. If you're not on for my personal plays, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be really honest with you, you're going to miss out. If you're not on our soccer, you're going to miss out as well. That I can assure you. Rich says walk-on hasn't even met anybody on the team. Walk-on wasn't even given shoes or a jersey yet. William tuning in. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Toledo up by 7 in the first half. Suckers, I tried putting in a bet on the first half, laying 4. And I got a phone call and went back to it. It was already started by like a minute. Can we do Kentucky? Oh, we can do Kentucky, all right. Kentucky Derby? Oklahoma State playing like trash. At least the coach is unguarded. Who's on Maryland? I am not on Maryland or Michigan State. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. We got a couple games starting here in just a couple minutes. So I think it's only fair that we jump into them. Why does the walk-on look like Coach K wearing a mustache? You know, if anybody on that team should have got COVID, it should have been damn Coach K. Not the walk-on. The poor walk-on. Can you imagine being that poor walk-on? You're never going to see any playing time. You're going to be blackballed right off the campus. That kid's going to get his ass kicked tonight. When they're back in a frat party, he's like, man, it's just a false positive. That poor walk-on is probably going to get his ass stomped all over. Can you imagine being that walk-on? Can you imagine? By the way, I don't pick the hockey. I don't do the hockey, so I didn't go 1-2 in hockey. Our hockey guys went 1-2 in hockey. I don't do the hockey. Alex, they will. They will. You know, you can't control, like the Charlotte game, for example. Massive points in the first half, and they scored nothing in the second half, and the game stays under by a bucket or two. Bad luck, bad luck. You know, nothing you can do about that. Zach says Coach K's grandson is a walk-on, right? That poor walk-on. That poor walk-on. And by the way, for all the record that betting the hockey, I don't bet hockey the same as a premium play or my personal plays. Hockey, I always bet a lot smaller. Premium plays, my personal plays are always right up there. You guys ever heard of the new app called, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Riffr? Riffr? R-I-F-F-R. They keep emailing me, wanting me to put content on their app. I'm just curious if anybody here has ever heard of it. I've never even seen it before. Never even took the time to download it yet. Just curious if any of you guys have ever even heard of that app. All right, so we'll take a look. We'll take a quick gander at that Mississippi State-Kentucky game because I know it's getting ready to start. We'll see if we can do like a 2-minute breakdown and get through two of them. Virginia line up to 5.5. Villanova line down to 6. J-Rock says that walk-on got paid. Correct, right? You can get paid for his ass beating later. Mississippi State coming in plus 3.5. Kentucky laying 3.5. Over and under 131. You know, the old Bulldogs, Mississippi State, ended the regular season 14-13, 8-10 in conference play. Losing to Auburn. Here they are getting Kentucky, who they already lost in overtime to back on January 2nd, 78-73. And then you got Kentucky, the old 9-15 program, 8-9 in conference play coming off their win over South Carolina. They had a nice little 3-game win streak, twice that is, beating Mississippi State, Vandy, and then Florida. Then they lost 3, beat LSU, lost 4, came back, beat Auburn, Vandy, and Tennessee, then lost to Florida and Mississippi, and then beat South Carolina. Exactly. I never heard of it either. I don't have time to do other things, let alone another app. If you guys got me on one, it would probably be Instagram. As far as the side-by-side comparison, the quick side-by-side comparison, first of all, I think there's a big difference between the two offenses. I think Kentucky has the better offense. You know, their stats may be a little misleading on some of their poor shooting stats, but they definitely make up for it in other categories, limiting turnovers, offensive rebounds. You know, they're hitting 47.7% from the field in conference play compared to the 49 to Mississippi State. But they knocked down 36% of their three balls compared to Mississippi State's 33. Mississippi State hitting 48.8% of all their two-point plays. Kentucky a tad bit lower than that at 44.5%, but Kentucky knocks down those free throws. Number one free throw shooting team in the SEC at 76% compared to the 67%. I think this is going to be a close game. Mississippi State's in the two-foul participation 21% of the time compared to 15% of Kentucky. I think this game goes down to the wire. I think this game goes down to free throws. The fact that Mississippi State struggles from the charity stripe, 67%. You know, good teams win, great teams cover the spread, and great teams knock down free throws. This is used to be Duke's time, but this is the Kentucky, North Carolina, Kansas, Virginia. It's their time to shine. It's tournament time, baby. This is what Kentucky, coaches all year long for. They want to get in the big dance, they got to keep winning. They got to start winning. So as far as this one goes, I like Kentucky. I know Edward says that he liked Mississippi State. I like Kentucky. If I was going to do anything on it, I think it goes down to the wire. I'd probably take the money line minus $1.70. So, if I had to take anything, I'd take Kentucky on the money line minus $1.70. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be decided by 3, 4, maybe 5 points. And it's going to come down to free throws at the very end of the game. And for that aspect, I'll take Kentucky, the better shooting free throw team, the team that turns the ball over the least on offense, and the team that's creating more turnovers on defense. That I would do. And that is Kentucky on both sides of it. Edwards had just said liked for this reason. I know. But I don't have $1 on that game. I don't have $1 on that game, but if I did, it would be on Kentucky on the money line. Villanova scares me today. After their last outing, I know they're getting ready to start. Villanova scares me. Against Georgetown. If you saw how Georgetown played yesterday, holy hell. Wow. Wow, impressive. Villanova, losing to Providence, losing to Butler. They did beat up Creighton. I don't like how Villanova started or ended the regular season, losing 2 out of their last 3. There's no denying what Georgetown did yesterday to Marquette. Georgetown won 4 out of their last 6 games to end the regular season, beating Butler, Seton Hall, DePaul, and Xavier. They lost to UConn twice. Villanova got injuries. So as far as that one goes, I don't have $1 on that game, but I think Georgetown looked good yesterday. Georgetown looked good. I do lean towards Georgetown plus the 6.5 if I was going to do anything. But again, another game I don't have $1 on. Again, another game I don't have $1 on. DSA, exactly, another day, another dollar, that is for sure. That is for sure. Alrighty, so we're going to take a look at a couple bigger marquee matchups. Temple says love Georgetown today. Fast Freddy says he likes Ewing and Georgetown in the Garden. Right? There's no better combo than that right there. How about Temple? Temple game. Good old Temple, South Florida. I lean towards the over. I can tell you that much. I lean towards the over in that game, but if you look at their last meeting, their first meeting was sky high. Second meeting, there was literally nothing. I think 112 points scored in that game or something like that. But I do lean towards the over in this one. I think it was like 132. William says he likes the Bulls, the Nets, money line, and Texas over Wisconsin, laying 5. Edward says he never won crap in the Garden, right? All right, so Michigan State up by 10, 9:29 to go. Toledo up by 7 at the half, and I think they were laying 6. Oh, no, they were laying 7.5. They were laying 7.5. Jumping around, we're going to take a look at that Minnesota and Ohio State game. Next, battle of the Ohio State losing 4 straight. Do they snap out and get a victory today? We're going to take a look at that one. I've got a couple planned for us. A little 2 p.m. Eastern time on the Big Ten Network. Oh, Texas over total. Oh, and Wisconsin laying 5. I figure that's what you meant. Jesus says Ohio State will win. Will they cover the spread? That's what we want to know. Ohio State laying 11, Minnesota catching 11. Total over and under 142.5. Jay Penn says Minnesota plus the 11 is a lot of points. It's plus a lot of points. Yes, it is. But keep in mind, Ohio State previously lost by like 17 to them. Whatever it was, 17 points, I believe. All righty. Take a look at Ohio State. We'll start with them. 18-8 on the year. Losers of 4 straight. Losing to the Fighting Illini, losing to Iowa, losing to Michigan State, losing to Michigan. Keep in mind, Minnesota already beat them this year by 17 points. That's right, folks. Minnesota already beat them by 17. Here they are catching all of them juicy points. Minnesota finishing the season 13-14, 6-14 in conference play, losing 7 straight, and then they just busted Northwestern 51-46. Before that, their last win was on February 11th when they beat Purdue 71-68. They do also have a win over Michigan. They did beat up Michigan State earlier in the season. They also beat Ohio State. Also, like I was saying, they've been beating up some teams earlier in the season, and then they just went, poo! Mr. Grover, you're very welcome. Very welcome. 8-1 to start the week. We'll take it. We will take it. Hell of a start to the week. 16-2 run for everybody on my personal plays since Friday. Igor, thanks for jumping on board. The March Madness package, including the soccer. Your soccer package is active. All you have to do is make sure you go to the soccer page. Remember, when you have multiple packages on our website, to turn y'all's phone sideways. All right? And then scroll down, look for your username, and then right next to it is a small little box with 4 little windows in it. Mr. Cheney, thanks for jumping on board for my personal plays. Glad to have you back on board with me, brother. Sending you a text message right now with my plays. You guys want to be cool like Brandon? All you got to do is get on board. All you got to do is get on board. Very, very simple. Dan says Syracuse starting hot. You know, if the Miami defense can't stop Syracuse early, it could be 7-2. I wouldn't say is hot, but if it was like 14-2, 20-5, I'd be a little concerned. Joseph, thank you, brother, for jumping on board the March Madness package with my personal plays. Glad to have you on board. If you're watching, I know you're new to my personal plays, so I'll be texting them to you as well. Chapenny was cool this morning. There's Brandon. What's going on, brother? Thanks for jumping on board. Give me 1 second, guys, and then we'll jump into this breakdown. All right, so Big Afros on Syracuse plus the 5.5. Yeah, Minnesota had that one good game. That they did. That they did. Virginia coming out slow. Alrighty. I was actually seeing if I could put the game up on the TV or on the iPad. That's the one game that I don't have. I have every other game on. Other than the Virginia game. Go figure. There it is. Jay says Gonzaga came out slow. Uh-oh, watch out. 9-7. Here they are, starting to wake up. Sam says, Matt Stratus, Craft the Goat, impressive personal play and free play, profitable for those who want to make money. Thank you, appreciate that. 16-2 run. Could be better. I'll be honest. Should be different. Should be different. All right, so I am riding on Virginia. Hector, thank you, brother. All the way from down south of the border. Thanks for jumping on board the soccer package. Fast Freddy, you are correct. Ronald Sly Fox, what's up, my brother? Glad to have you tuning in with us. Please drive that truck safely, brother. Please drive safely. Matt, I think DirecTV is the best if you want to be able to have all sports. If you want to be able to have access to all sports and all the packages, DirecTV, in my opinion, is the best. The only thing that they don't get is the Pac-12 network, but Who wants to watch the UCLAs and the USCs and the Oregon Ducks anyways, right? As far as streaming on an iPad, Fubo's pretty cool. I did that during football just so I had extra stuff. Actually, I did it for soccer, to be honest. To be able to watch the soccer, Fubo usually has a lot of it. If it's not on ESPN, it's usually on Fubo. And if it's not on Fubo, it's hard to get anyways. But yeah, DirecTV, as far as all sports and all of that to go, I'd have to say DirecTV. Sadly, you know. J-Rock says, I want to watch ASU, USC, UCLA, and Oregon lose in that order. Well, you know, chances are one of those teams is going to lose today, ASU. You'll be able to watch ASU lose today. The Pac-12 is definitely missing out of DirecTV, 100%. I wish we could get it. I do. I do. Dick Clark is a Syracuse alum? Huh. Didn't know that. Alrighty, so let's get back into these breakdowns. Give me 1 second, folks. J-Rock likes the Pac. I like the Pac. I mean, obviously, I like the Pac-12. I mean, look where we're out of, right? Of course, we like the Pac-12. Some of us do, anyways. Some of us do. Give me 1 second, folks, and then we're going to jump into these breakdowns. Get a little tunes in the background. If it drowns me out, please let me know, and I'll lower it. Going to get a little roll in here. Alrighty. Let's go. Dance's Army shafted me yesterday. Oh, I know, right? Igor, can I send today's soccer matches on your email? No, I can't. If you want the soccer, you need to log in to get it. You can't see them. You need to turn your phone sideways, scroll down, look for your username, click the small little box that has 4 windows in it. But they're in your account, that I promise you. But no, I can't email the plays. Just turn your phone sideways, scroll down, click the small box that's got 4 windows in it. You'll be able to, you need to know how to do that for all the packages that you have. Renault, smart thing, because I gave it out at 6 minus $1.17 yesterday. Shane, the pole is spinning, baby. The pole is spinning. I made sure that before I showed my ugly mug on the live show, the pole was spinning. Peter, the pole is spinning. And that 1-year package, Peter, is calling your name. Mark, that is an amazing idea. I'm going to do that. That is an amazing idea. Virginia with the 3. Shapendi, do I place my bets at a casino too? On occasion. I'm currently not in or around one that takes sports betting, being that I'm out of the West Phoenix office. But yes, I do. I actually have a phone in the Vegas office hooked up to a few of the local casinos there. Mark, the pole is not spinning for us. The pole is spinning. It's because it's a different pole, buddy. That's not the real pole. The real pole's right there. There's no bricks in this building. That's just a picture. Can you see them on your laptop? Yes, click the small box right next to your username. It's got 4 windows inside it. Of course you'd be able to see them on your laptop. See them on anything. Is the daily average for my personal plays 3? It changes. Some days there's 2, some days there's 1, some days there's 4. Like today, by the way, I put out 4 personal plays today. There we go. Send Virginia to the line. Every day is different. No, Dan, you can't. You can't set up an account to call in to bet in Vegas. You could leave a phone with somebody in Vegas hooked up to your account. You could have an account and put somebody's name on it so that they can go and wager for you, which I have as well. All right, so taking a look at the side-by-side comparison, because we were talking about Minnesota and Ohio State. By the way, Ohio State laying that big juicy 11. And they already lost by 17 once to them, and they're riding a 4-game losing streak. Ouch! Taking a look at the side-by-side comparisons. First of all, the Buckeyes with the number 2 offense there in the Big Ten Conference. Mark, do I think West Virginia has a chance to make it far? Ask me after brackets are announced. You know what I mean? You got to be able to see who they're seeded against and who they end up playing. Ooh, Syracuse with a dagger of a 3. Back up to 6. Taking a look at Ohio State, they hit 53.7% from the field, 36.4% from three-point range, 53.1% conversion of all their 2-point plays, 77% from the charity stripe, the number 1 free throw shooting team in their conference. You know, there's no denying Ohio State's offensive capabilities when they're on. But when they're off, they're cold. And you take a look at their defense, it's a liability. However, take a look at Minnesota on offense. Very poor shooting, 43.4% from the field. 27.9% conversion from three-point range. 44.5% conversion of all their 2-point plays. 75.8% from the charity stripe. They turn the ball over a low 15%. But when you take a look at the offenses, and then you switch gears and you take a look at the defenses, first of all, both of these teams have some major liabilities on defense. Both of them give up a lot of shooting to opposing teams. Minnesota gives up 37% from three-point range. They give up 49.9% conversion of all the 2-point plays. Ohio State gives up 33.1% from three-point range. 50.5% down low in all their 2-point plays by opposing teams. Ohio State struggles to create a turnover on defense. 14.4%. I mean, that's like nearly last in their conference. Minnesota is giving up 32.6% offensive rebounds to the opposing team, which is like last in their conference. Their defenses on both teams are major liabilities. We already know Ohio State can score. They're a slower paced team, 18.2 seconds on average per possession. Minnesota, 17.5. Not much different there. However, I do believe the defensive liabilities, as far as the side goes, I got to say, I would like, on a normal given day, I'd like to say Ohio State should not only win, but they should dominate based on their offense. However, they've lost 4 straight. They lost to Michigan 92-87. Granted, it's Michigan, not Minnesota. They lost to Michigan State 71-67. They lost to Iowa, 73-57. And they just lost to the Fighting Illini by 5, 73-68. Those are no slouches to lose to. But keep in mind, Minnesota already beat them by 17. They already beat Iowa in the beginning of the season in overtime 102-95. They beat Michigan State, who just beat Ohio State. They beat Michigan 75-57 on January 16th, who just beat Ohio State. When you take all these things into the equation and all of this, you're going to say Minnesota is plus 11. First of all, they're the worst team out of the two on paper. On paper, they're the worst team. Between the two, Minnesota is trash on paper. However, take that paper, throw that shit in the dumpster, and light it on fire because it means absolutely nothing in this game. It means nothing in this game. Minnesota plus 11.5 is what I'm leaning on. Now, I don't have a dollar on it. But it is enticing. Now, maybe Ohio State comes out and they play like they should have. You know, they have 4 straight losses, but it's against teams that are no slouch. However, Minnesota has already beaten Michigan, Michigan State, and Iowa. The 3 of the 4 teams that they just lost to. The only one that they didn't beat of the 3 that they just lost to was the Fighting Illini, who trashed them twice. So again, Minnesota plus the 11 is my lean. I think it's too many points. I think the fact that Ohio State's been struggling, and it's too many points. Plus 475 money line. Ooh. They already beat them by once. They beat Michigan. They beat Michigan State. They beat Iowa. Sorry, Jeff. I'd have to say plus 475 could be live. Plus 475 could be live. Now, let's continue on. Let's get a little elevator music. Let's try the elevator music. Maybe we'll like it. Virginia playing like trash early. Syracuse rolling up 10. Toledo slacking in the second half, being outshot 12-7. Matt, I really like Ohio State laying the 11. I just can't do it. If you take paper and you read what's on paper, you have to bet Ohio State. But if you look a little more into it and how Minnesota has fared against the 3 of the 4 teams that just beat Ohio State in their 4-game skid, kind of scary. I may be completely wrong, but I think Minnesota's definitely the play with this elevator music going on. All right, so it's time we jump into a couple others. Toledo back up to 3. West Virginia up 2. Maryland beating Michigan State after they jumped out to that early lead. Kentucky down by 2. Temple up 20-12 in the first 10 minutes. Syracuse up 24-14. Georgetown hanging strong 13-all in that game 8 minutes in. All right, we're going to take a look at that Miami-Florida game. Can you imagine? Let's just take out a curiosity. Minnesota and Miami, moneyline parlay. $100 moneyline parlay between Minnesota and Miami is plus 2,631 is the odds. A $100 moneyline parlay pays $26.31. Talk about enticing. Hey, where's that IG guy to say that the music sucks? Because this music sucks, all right? This music is trash. Miami, Georgia Tech, Miami coming in plus 10 at minus 117. Minus 113 is Georgia Tech, laying 9.5. Oddly enough, half-point difference with a 4-point juice difference. Total on this one over and under 138.5. Money line, Georgia Tech laying 465. Miami plus 375. Has Virginia played any defense yet? Syracuse has 28 points so far. 10 minutes into the game. We all know Virginia has been shooting cold to start the game. But have they played any of their lockdown defense? Ooh, that's a big one right there. Look at Syracuse hustle down the court. Look at them. Nice. There's that defense by Virginia. There we go. There we go. All right, so Nathan says, give me Miami plus the 10.5. Let's take a look at this one. I think I'm onto something here. Can Miami win another game? All the naysayers out there said they wouldn't win the first one, and they definitely wouldn't win yesterday. All the naysayers said they wouldn't win yesterday, but I said that you'd be crazy to think that they'd have an opportunity, but they were live. Miami, they were live yesterday. They got the job done. They faced Georgia Tech today, and they're catching more points again. Are bettors going to catch on, or is Georgia Tech finally going to come in and knock the snot out of them? Dan says it's that time of year, baby. Madness. The madness is here. And it's going to be a good time. Villanova up 2. Toledo up by 5. Maryland up 1. West Virginia up 6 at the half, 36-30. Mississippi State up 19-11. Temple up 25-16. Syracuse up 8, 30-22. (30-24). Alrighty, so good old Miami. I am due for a trip across the country. Although the wife wasn't a fan of Miami when we went. If you bet Duke this morning, it will eventually get canceled. It will eventually get canceled. Alrighty. A little 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN 2 action. Take a look at the Hurricanes. 8-16 on the regular season. 4-15 in conference play. Primetime, those injuries were still there yesterday when we posted that video. Nothing changed. So yeah, absolutely. When we put out plays, we're very aware of injuries. We don't just randomly throw out stuff. Miami, winners of 3 straight now. Matching their season high to start the season where they beat North Florida, Stetson, and Purdue. Can you believe it? Miami has won 3 straight, beating Boston College, Pittsburgh, and Clemson yesterday. 67-64. Here they are. They get the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, 15-8 on the regular season. 11-6 there in conference play. In the ACC, winners of 6 straight, beating Pitt. They already beat Miami 87-60. They beat them by 27 points. Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Duke, and Wake Forest. What is going to happen today? This is going to be a good one if you ask me. Miami has been playing tough. Miami's been playing tough. And what did I say yesterday? Sometimes you got to take what happens in the regular season or in conference play numbers, and you got to take that with a grain of salt when it comes to the tournament. Georgia Tech, excellent shooting team. Somehow they're only rated 6th in the ACC in conference play numbers. They hit 55% from the field, 36% from three-point range. Number 1 in the two-point department, converting 55.5%. 72.5% free throw shooting. However, their offensive rebounding sucks, 21%. Miami, on the other hand, they knocked down 46.6% from the field, 30.8%, just under 31% from three-point range, 47% of all their two-point plays, and a 69% free throw shooting team. Take a look at the box score from yesterday against Clemson. Miami's numbers, 58.5% from two-point range, 38.5% from three-point range. And they shot 4 or 5 from the line. They only went to the line 5 times, and they put up 80%. Conference tournament. It's like a whole new season. It's all different. Fantastic, Jared. Thank you for telling me Virginia is trash. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling me Virginia is trash. Last time I checked, it's only 13 minutes into the game, so long way to go there. Long way to go there. Hell, maybe they lose today. It's okay. Can't win them all, but it's still early. Now, what is going to happen when you take a look at these numbers? First of all, you take a look at Georgia Tech's numbers on defense. They've got quality numbers on defense as well. Again, rated 5th, and you see a lot of green in their defensive numbers. However, they do give up 52% shooting from the field, 35% conversion of their opponent's three-point plays. Look for Miami to have a better day like they did yesterday from out deep. 2-foul participation. Miami won't participate. Georgia Tech does 66.7% of the time, which is a major advantage in the first half for Miami. Major advantage in the first half. Pace of play, Miami is generally a slower paced team. 18.7 seconds on average per possession. 17.6 of that of Georgia Tech. Oh, Buddy Boeheim shooting lights out again. It's actually impressive how good he's shooting. Normally the coach's kid sucks. Not here. That's a poor attempt there to try and get a shot off by Virginia. That was a good defensive set by Syracuse there. Hole number 35, he's doing it. They continued where they left off yesterday with that shooting. Matt might take him at plus 3.5 live. Peter says, I like the money line on Miami. You know, the only thing that scares me is Georgia Tech has been, I mean, you can't deny how hot they were. Winning 6 straight to end the season with a 27-point victory over Miami. They did lose to Clemson in a close game. The team that Miami just beat. But again, new day, new season. You're going to give me 10 points with Miami. Again, I could be completely wrong about this one. But I'm going to back Miami again. I'm going to back Miami one more time. I do like it. I spent a lot of time looking at this one, going over it. Now, I'm not going to be a monster play, like a personal play or anything like that. And it's 10 minus $1.17. Whoa. Plus 475. I'm going to say it again. I think they're live. I think they're live. Look at that. Just don't let, oh, buddy, shoot the ball. And maybe they won't make a basket. You know, Syracuse up by 11 early in the game. A bucket, a couple stops, and a couple more buckets, and it's a whole different ball game. Anything can happen in a 2-minute swing in college basketball. That's for sure. But again, back to Miami. Call me crazy, but I think they're live at plus 475. Call me crazy, but I think they're live at plus 475 yet again today. And again, remember this. Remember I told you this. A money line parlay between Minnesota and Miami. A $100 parlay pays back $2,600. Uh-huh. My coffee's empty. We're in trouble now. We're in trouble now. The coffee is empty. Matt says took Virginia live at plus 4.5. Uh-oh. Stop in a bucket. Stop in a bucket. Uh-huh. Can you imagine if that cashes? One starting at 12, one starting at 12:30. You wouldn't even have time to hedge. Not that you would need to, but... Come on, Virginia. A little defense here. We're already at 69 points. We missed the boat on the over on this one, folks. We definitely missed the boat on the over. Chesty T, shot, time for a shot of espresso. Ooh! Love it. Yeah, 39-30, about to be 41. Oh, he missed it. There we go. Andrew, he's playing he is. Out of this world. Out of this world. No doubt about it. You wish you had the guts to pull them out. You know, here's my take on parlays, okay? Quick take on parlays. Parlays should be fun money parlays that should never affect the outcome of your day. If you go 2-1 or 3-1 or 2-0 and you lost money because you bet big on parlays, you're doing this whole parlay thing ass backwards. All right? Parlays should never take away. I am actively considering a $1,000 parlay. I have it up. I just haven't pressed the place bet button yet. The money line between Minnesota and Miami, because the chances of me donking off $1,000 is extremely extreme. I mean, it could be over in the first 10 minutes of the game for Minnesota, and then maybe Miami will win. But I'm actively considering a $1,000 money line parlay that pays back $26,312.50 plus your $1,000 bet. I am actively considering it. At least I've got an hour and 20 minutes before I got to put my big boy pants on to see if I want to donk off $1,000. But I'll be honest, I've donked off $1,000 on worse shit than that. Mr. Castillo, thank you for jumping on board. The combo package, a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays, guaranteed Saturday, the max fight pick, and the big Sunday play. If you are watching, sir, I am sending you my personal plays now. Give me 1 second. If I could type, it would be even easier. All right, just send them to you, brother. Never as FC is supposed to be on. As long as nothing changes, he'll be at the UFC Apex for the weigh-ins tomorrow. As long as nothing changes and everything goes smooth, then yeah, he will be on the live show. I talked to him this morning. That's the plan. Unless something changes at the last minute with something with the UFC, but other than that, yeah, he's supposed to be on the live show. And if for some reason, if something changes and he's going to be a little bit later, maybe I'll push the show back, or he needs to do it a little bit early, I'll push it up a little bit. I want to do it at his convenience. So, but yeah, he's supposed to be on. Supposed to be on. Look at that, completing the three-point play by Virginia. Toledo up 6. We need a big win in that game. Hold on 1 second. If you're using a cell phone, turn it sideways, look for your username, and click the small box that has 4 windows inside it. What kind of 3 was that? But hey, nice effort to save the ball by Virginia. And missing another 3. Wow. You're going to get plenty of looks. Sooner or later, those are going to go down. Ronald Brown says, you are crazy, Sly Fox. That's why I love what you do. Taking effing chances. Hey, you want to hammer the books, you got to take chances. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. If Toledo pulls it through, I'll put the K parlay on it and I'll post it on Twitter. Or on the live show. All right, so I do have to get going soon. But I have time for a fast breakdown and then a good one with what I have planned for you guys. But we'll do that Florida and Vandy game there for you. I bet with the GOAT. I know you asked that one. Virginia for 3! Down 3, 1:17 to go in the first half. Watch out, that trashy team called Virginia. Watch out, that trashy team called Virginia. You know, I do have $2,000 futures bet on Virginia to win $50K. I actually did it twice. $999.99 to win $25. And I did it twice because it had a $1,000 limit. Virginia or Kansas to go the distance would make me some great money and some hedging opportunities. All right, so we're going to take a look at that Florida game because I do have to get going here soon. I do apologize, by the way. I had a late start today, unfortunately. Vandy in Florida, quick little breakdown, and then we're going to take a look at another one for you guys. Florida coming in laying 7.5. Vandy plus 7.5. Over and under 145. Nice block shot by Virginia. Oh my God, what a hustle by Syracuse. Taking a look at this one, guys. Vandy 9-15 on the year after beating Texas A&M yesterday, 79-68. The old Gators 13-8 on the season. Draw Vandy after the first round bye. You got to sweat this Virginia game out together. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Not this long. Virginia, you got to make those buckets. Need a big stop here. Need a takeaway. Florida. Knocking down 52% from the field, 34% from three-point range, 53% of all their two-point plays. Very, very, very quality offensive numbers. Vandy. About the only thing that they do quality on offense is they knock down threes at a rate of 36.2%. But they're going to be going up against the number 2 SEC defense at defending three balls. Florida is holding teams to 29.3% shooting from three-point range. Ooh! He had a chance to put that one in. Virginia down 3 at the half, 39-36, and they're just getting warm. Virginia's been a slow-paced team to start the season. 2-foul participation, Florida won't play that game. Vandy in it just 11.8% of the time, about a half-inch height advantage for the kids out of Florida. Quick little lean on this one. I do like Florida. I do like Florida laying the 4. As far as the total goes, I think 145 might be a little high. I believe, 145 might be a little high. I think it has a potential to get close. But again, as far as the total goes, I think if I had to pull anything on it, I would lean towards the under. Under 145 is what I would lean towards. So I do lean towards Florida, though. I do like Florida. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look into the future. And we're going to take a look at that Oklahoma and Kansas game. That is next up on the list, Oklahoma and Kansas. Wait, let's see. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do another one. An earlier one for you guys. I will do an earlier one for you guys. Do you want an early or late game? Or do you want an afternoon or a late game? I'll let you guys decide. Post up in the comment section ASAP if you guys want an earlier game or a late game. Early, late, afternoon. So far, afternoon's leading the charge. Late, early, afternoon, late, 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 late. Not like up all night late in the USA action. Not that late. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. I know I should never answer that one because I can never please everybody when it comes to that. All right, so we'll go back to the original as planned. Oklahoma, Kansas. We'll take a look at that one for everybody. And remember, there will be a members-only video later today. Yes, don't forget to count the mail-in votes, right? And if you guys haven't already done so, smash that thumbs up button. I do believe you guys are slightly lacking in that department. You guys are only at 110. If you guys want something big, you better start smashing it and get us like 65 more, like ASAP. So I would hurry up and get that because I'm getting ready to get off the live show, in a few minutes. You guys are slacking this morning. While I hit the breakdown, you guys start smashing that thumbs up button. Remember, members only video will be out later today. If you're not a YouTube exclusive member, click that join button right down below. Join the YouTube exclusive community. It's $9.99 a month to $14.99 a month for all that exclusive members only content. That's it, folks. It's stupidly cheap. Here's a link to it. It's also in the description of the video. Welcome, Rich. All right, so taking a look at this one. The Sooners 15-9 after ending the season 14-9 and 9-8 in conference play. They just got rid of Iowa State yesterday. Yes, Iowa State, and they didn't do it in convincing fashion. Beat them by 6, 79-73. The fact that they gave up 73 to Iowa State shows a lot. Kansas 19-8 on the season, 12-6 in conference play. Rolling. Winning 7 out of their last 8 games. Their only loss in that 8-game stretch was to Texas, losing by 3 in overtime. Here they are getting Oklahoma after their first round bye. Side-by-side comparison of the numbers. First, the odds, Oklahoma coming in plus 2.5. Kansas laying 2.5, minus 145 on the money line. Over and under 134 on this one. First half numbers, Kansas laying 1. Over and under 63. Taking a look at the side-by-side comparison. First of all, Kansas coming in with the #1 rated defense in the Big 12 Conference. Holy shit, their stats are up to #1, and we'll go over those numbers. Their offense, a little lackluster, but improving as the games go by. Matt, after gold, it's like orange, I think. Take a look at Oklahoma, guys. 49% shooting from the field, lackluster 32% from three-point range, 50% conversion of their two-point shots, and a 72.7% free throw shooting team. Taking a look at Kansas, 50% from the field, 32.7% from three-point range. Definitely struggling all season long from beyond the arc. That is a fact. When you take a look at the other aspects of their game, 50.8% conversion of their two-point plays, 72% free throw shooting. When you take a look at what they did against UTEP in their last game of the regular season, they actually shot 30.8%. UTEP did. They actually shot 33.3% from three-point range. A little bit better than they normally do. They struggle from this charity stripe, 16-24 for the 67th percentile. And their monster win against Baylor. How they won that game? They won that game down low from the charity stripe. They went 3 of 16 from three-point range. Kansas did. They have been an absolute disaster from out deep, but they're getting the job done by their defense. They're holding teams to 46% shooting from the field, 32% shooting from out deep, 44% conversion of all the two-point plays. They do participate in the two-foul participation, which is a liability, especially going down the stretch, 32%. However, their opponent today in Oklahoma will participate 20% of the time. So not a major difference between the two. Kansas comes in, the taller team, about 1.5 inches on average. When you start breaking down this game and you start taking a look at it, by the way, defense wins. All right, defense wins championships. No doubt about it. You got to be able to score, which Kansas can do, but you got to be able to stop good teams, and that's what Kansas just did to Baylor. Shut them down. Peter says Toledo up 3. Toledo cannot pull away, which is an absolute shocker that Ball State is hanging in it. Ronald says Kansas will be missing 3 big men for this game. Do agree. I do know. Very well aware of it. I think if they were in, the line on this one would be much higher than where it's at 2.5 and minus 145. They'd be a minus 220. Still, regardless, I still like Kansas. I still like what they're about. I still like how they've been playing. I'm not a big fan of Oklahoma basketball, not just in general, but by way they've been playing this season. They barely got by Iowa State. Lost 4 straight before that, losing to Texas, Oklahoma State twice, and Kansas State. Yeah, they even lost to Kansas State. Kansas, all day, money line, minus 145. I'm going to put it up on the board, but I shouldn't even have to tell you that. You already know I'm on Kansas. Kansas, money line, minus 145. All right? Minus 145. Put it up on the board, and let's lock it in and make it official. This is a personal play of mine. Fade me. Let me know how it works out for you. Where's the haters at? Where's the naysayers at? Yeah, he's talking all right. Kansas, money line. Hot diggity dog. Toledo is straight dumpster fire late. Absolutely a heartbreaker there. I definitely didn't see that one coming. Definitely didn't see that one coming. Especially as well as they were playing in the first half. Wow. All right, folks. I do have to run, unfortunately. I wish I could stay with you guys longer, but I do have to run. Remember, members-only video coming out later today. Appreciate it, Ronald. Appreciate it. Insane. Ball State may end up winning this game. All right, folks. I do got to get out of here. Enjoy your day. Please always wager responsibly. You know, bad runs happen. Premium plays have been on a bad run. I know they'll have a monster bounce back. That I know. But always, weather the storm. Bet properly. Manage that bankroll. That way you're weathering the storm. That way you're able to overcome everything. All right? We always overcome adversity and always bounce back. So please wager responsibly. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. And I will see you guys all live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Good luck, everybody. Have a great day. Have a blessed day.